take Lukaku back. 100%. Well said that.
Boom. Hello, everybody out there in the world. It is live at 5. It's Baz's birthday, so if you could all wish him happy birthday. We have cakes. Some of the finest cakes available in the co-op.
Hey.
I literally had to, like, honestly, getting in to get them.
I mean,
like SAS.
That was
Look at that.
That was danger. I mean, that's amazing.
I mean, just if you could see what.
You can't see me, but that's fine. I'm happy with
that.
Well,
you can't. They can. It's just that we can't.
Yeah.
We can see
No,
the
I'm
comments. Like Baz, Dave is saying, Baz, if you had to choose, would it be an orange club flavoured water or orange club flavoured Mars bar?
An orange club flavoured Mars bar, I would have. And that's not, that's really not something I do. I don't like to merge stuff, but I would have that.
Okay. Real Tours has said, just finishing reading highs and lows of Bakayoko's. I had an idea to join takeover bid from Johnson. Was tabled by someone. It's just gone off.
Chris Evans and Terry Venables.
Yeah, Chris Evans and Terry Venables.
They wanted it as well, but Johnson got in. Yeah.
Remember that. Matthew Lamson says, question: did Carol Baskin kill her husband and feed him to the tigers? She did. She did. She absolutely, like.
Dave, but go on. Dave's giving me a like.
Happy birthday. Giving you a like. Think about this, like, you haven't watched it, right? Right. And I'm not saying like run out and watch it, but what I would say is it's worth a watch. That's all I'd say. But right, let me just set the scene for you. I don't think this spoils anything for anyone. But if a woman who was set to inherit millions and millions of dollars just by her husband going missing, he doesn't even have to die. Just has to go missing, right? And you own a tiger sanctuary, and the fella goes missing, and nobody ever finds his body, or there's never any trace of him. And she owned a tiger sanctuary. Have I mentioned that she owned a tiger sanctuary?
Just once or twice.
Where do you think that man may have ended up?
I don't know. I wouldn't like to speculate.
But if I was just to say to you, do you think tigers eat humans? If those humans were presented as just a carcass that was already, let's say, dead. So it was just presented as food. Might be chopped up. Might just be a chopped up,
like chopped liver.
Might be a piece of meat chopped up, and it's presented to a tiger. Do you think that tiger would eat that meat?
Yes,
I think so as well.
I think so. Gareth Hughes says, "All right, Baz, you share a birthday with my missus. Happy birthday, Mrs. Hughes. I've left her at home alone, looking after my lad in lockdown while I've gone to work." Well, you've had to work, mate. So you've got to work, Gaz. If you've got to work, you've got to work, mate. But happy birthday to your missus. Hope she's having a good day.
Jay Davis says happy birthday as well.
Thanks, Jay Davis.
Gary Doyle says, what do you think of the David Icke conspiracy theories? You haven't some of that. Do you know what? I don't even know if someone could very quickly fill us in what his conspiracies are. I know they've got something to do with 5G, and I know there's been a little bit of murder about it, and the people who put it up have been subject to a lot of problems. But what I don't understand is, and I mean this genuinely, is how is Eamon Holmes allowed to go on ITV and basically say something about 5G and conspiracy theories, but yet David Icke, it's like he's shot down and he's kicked they're having real problems with this.
I think, didn't he just say though, Eamon Holmes, didn't he just say, is it such a conspiracy? Like, I think what he said is that could be happening for all kind of things.
But that's what I'm saying. He said,
listen, I've watched a few David Icke videos. Some of what he says, if David Icke didn't say the world's run by lizards, I think people would be more au fait with him.
The problem is though,
when you start saying that, people go, oh, it's not V from the 8. Remember V? Peel the skin back with that.
But the thing about it is though,
people like a lizard. Though.
In about 2 months ago, people were just like completely dismissing this coronavirus. Completely. So
who knows?
Matthew, I couldn't get Baz a sex robot because I just couldn't get the delivery.
Yeah, not delivering, are they?
It's
it'd have to be, yeah.
It's not mad watching us on a big screen like that.
It's weird, yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? It looks good though. I mean, my hair's gone a bit ragged, like, but which is the ultimate.
I actually think it's your hair. I expected,
But it's got no shape, though. It hasn't got a great shape, though.
No.
Been watching videos online. I've been asking my missus, do you reckon you could do the fade for me?
Message Pete. Cut through Pete, putting all kinds on. And I'll do a light talkie through it.
No, I'm not going to do it myself, though, is it? I mean, to be, you know what I mean?
The missus can do it.
It's like, my hair is like, in films, it's the equivalent of, like, when someone has to talk, like, have you ever seen Executive Decision when Kurt Russell has to fly the jumbo jet? Or, like, in films where they don't know which wire to cut when they're bombed. Someone's talking them through it. I feel like that's my hair.
David Budd. Stand back. I am going to cut the brown wire.
What's that out of?
Did you never watch The Bodyguard?
Yeah, I to be honest, I've completely forgotten about The Bodyguard.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't. But it was one of those programs that come and went.
Keely Hawes is brilliant. That's why.
Keely Hawes. Have you ever watched Tipping the Velvet?
No.
Have you never?
No, but I believe it. I think I will watch it. Sophie Gallagher, I'll be going home, Soph, and probably watching a Disney movie with me Fambo, and I think I'm having Kung Po chicken for me tea, and I'm gonna pop round and see me mum because it's her birthday as well.
I thought you'd already done that.
I did for 10 minutes, so I'm going to see her for another 10 minutes on me walk, me exercise.
I mean, come on, the co-op, that's...
So, there you go. So, Dave asked this last week, I don't know whether we discussed it, would we rather the goals be 1 foot bigger or 1 foot smaller? I'd just leave the goals as they are, Dave, but if I had to choose, 1 foot bigger would probably be better, wouldn't it, because there'd be more goals?
Remember when, was it David James come out with the thing saying he thought goals should be bigger? Because he said, a lot of other things in football have evolved as the world has evolved. Pitches, the grass, etc. He said, but the goals haven't, and he said people have naturally got bigger. So goalkeepers are taller.
Are taller, yeah. So that would make sense if it, because yeah, you're right, when the goal specifications were done, people were a little bit smaller, weren't they? So that's an interesting one.
Greetings from Loveland, Colorado. Keep up the content coming, boys. That's from LR8802027.
That's right. Stay
Loveland.
safe.
Loveland sounds like an incredible place.
It does. It does. Loveland. I like.
I've just Glenn. You said something about Robin Williams. Sorry, mate. It went off the screen.
I said, yeah. How long before you're looking like him on January the 1st? I didn't see it. Dave, the only bits I picked out. Andy Walker, do you think we may change our nickname after the move?
Oh, I understand. Yeah, because when they moved, they became Black Cats, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were always like, weren't they like the Rokerites or something like that?
No, I don't think so.
No, I can't see it.
Because we'll still have Toffees.
Because Toffees isn't really...
I know it's the Toffee shop was by Everton and all that, but we'll still probably be lashing them out at Bramley-Moore. Lads, do you think there needs to be a spin-off to explain what happened to the Emperor in between Return of the Jedi?
It's in the book, Matt. It's in the book, mate. I don't read. I feel like it's for idiots when you can visually just watch things. It's in the book. Apparently, he is dead. That's a clone. They're clones in that. He died because his power is so strong. His essence stayed and went into the body of these clones. Yeah. I know that can be very hard for people who have not watched it properly, but yeah, he's a clone. But it's him in the clone. And that's why he's trying to get in Rey, because none of the bodies will sustain him. They're all too weak, and that's why he wants to go in Rey. Rey is powerful enough that his essence can get into Rey. And we all wanted to get into Rey at one point or another.
Ian Lynn says Loveland is ace. We have loads of breweries. My name is Ian Lynn. He also loved the Duncan interview we did a few months back. And Glenn's saying, I'll repeat, how long till you look like Robin Williams after he comes out of the Jumanji board?
I'll shave. I got it well, and I did get a new trimmer yesterday. So I don't
talk to people.
I don't know whether Aaron's watching, but if anyone doesn't know, I do a podcast called the Nerd Social Club Podcast with a good friend of mine, Aaron, who lives in America, and we've been trying to find sponsorship opportunities, and
yeah, go on.
And we got in touch. Someone got in touch with us we're part of like this bigger network basically. It's not too glamorous, but anyway, this company got in touch called Manscape, And I was like, I just leave it all to Aaron. I'm not arsed, honestly. I enjoy what I do, and we just do it. But this company called Manscape got in touch, and they were like, right, we produce men's products. So I was like, oh, whatever. So they came back and said, right, we've looked at your network. The best 2 shows are the one from the network and Nerd Social Club, obviously. We'd like to give you some money, basically. Not money, products and like a discount code for everyone. So I wasn't really paying attention, and Aaron messaged me, what's your address? And I was like, sent him the address. So yesterday this box turned up, and inside it was like something like, it just first thing it said was that your balls will thank you. And inside was a trimmer and these products to freshen your downstairs disco elements up. A little leather bag to put it all in, a t-shirt, a pair of boxer shorts.
Did you get a cock jazzle?
They won't fit me. I'll probably just give the boxer shorts to you. I mean, which would be weird, wouldn't it? But you can have them because they were free. And so Mr. Dwarf says Manscape are on every podcast in the universe. Maybe they are, but they're not on ours, are they? So anyway,
they're not on ours, yeah.
So so for free I got it. Must be about $100 worth of gear. So a little trimmer for the downstairs
so
jungle, and all these little products to
your missus will thank you.
Soothe. Well, they say it makes it bigger, doesn't it? So proportionately, like so. So yeah, so if anyone wants the code, go over to the Nerd Social and have a listen, or go on our socials and get the code if you're interested in anything like that. Bit of Manscaped, I mean, does what it says. But this box come from San Diego, which I thought was good. It only took like 2 days to get it.
Brilliant. Christopher Williams, eat your sausage and mash. Your dad wants you to eat it, and we want you to eat it. Eat it all up, mate. And then when you've finished, put your knife and fork together and carry your plate over to your...
Have you got any Patron comments?
Any Patron comments for you? Gareth Hughes said, did I beat Gary? I think he did. Because Gary Ward says...
That really doesn't make any sense if you're not on our Patron.
No.
Did I beat Gary?
But that's fine.
I mean, that's a personal question.
There you go. Steve Kelly says, all right, lads, hope you're both well. Fans Forum was great.
That is a show we do
the Patron Forum. Just been listening to... Mark Palios, who owns Tramia, he was saying League 1 and League 2 rely on gates rather than TV. Could this situation wipe out teams below the Championship? You mentioned this.
Will it just come out while you were doing a video with Sarah? They've come out and just basically said.
What have they said?
They basically said loads are going to go, regardless.
You said 45, you thought, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, ballpoint figure, off my head, knowing the way I know football.
Okay.
Glenn Watson says, Baz, what's the first thing you'll do after lockdown, and what are you looking forward to most?
First thing I'll do after lockdown is go and see all of my family. We're a close family with, aunties that are basically like my sisters, because they're a couple of years older than me, my mum's sisters and stuff. My daughter was 22 3 weeks ago, and we normally have like all the family round and stuff. We had to float that. Obviously it's my birthday today and my mum's birthday, so we'll have to float that. My missus' birthday's in 4 weeks. I doubt, they're talking about lockdown till the 7th of May, but I doubt even after that it'll be straight back to it. So probably have a big get together, to be honest, and just see people.
My nephew's birthday yesterday, Archie, and it'll be my sister's and my missus's next month, so I'm gonna have to sort
your missus same day as me, isn't it? Your missus, mine. Mad.
Ian Clark says, anyone else starting to buy stuff online that perhaps they really wouldn't have if we wasn't in isolation? Yeah, I've just been like going, yeah, might as well. What else is going on?
Jay Davies, who is a patron, yes, just comment on Patron and I'll just refresh it.
It's just that we're reading off the telly. I've just said Baz to go on Patron, but he's just being lazy.
I'm on it. Gareth Hughes says, bit of a long one, sorry. Talking on the Tuesday topic, Baz mentioned he likes cities, they reminded them of us, living with the Reds winning stuff over the years. My mother and father-in-law are City season ticket holders and have been for years. My father-in-law regularly says he enjoyed going to games more 20 years ago with the uncertainty and the struggle than winning all the trophies they win now. He actually said going to Wembley 3 times a year means so much less than it did He would rather be back at Main Road loving the underdog victories. Were so much better and unexpected. Don't get me wrong, would love to find out, but it gives you something to think about. I'd rather win lots of trophies, I'll be honest. But there you go. Kane Forshaw says, what do you make of the Lukaku debate on Twitter? Does he deserve criticism on how he left Everton, or should he be remembered as one of our better players? He should be remembered as one of our better players, because isn't he our top goal scorer in the Premier League? He is, isn't he?
Well, didn't he? Everton tweeted, because it's the watch along tonight. It's Everton versus Bournemouth. And
did he comment on it?
He commented on it, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, because he thought Lukaku had a good game.
He got 4, didn't he?
Yeah, and he retweeted it, basically just doing all that. I think he's... do
you think he'd come back?
I don't know whether he'd come back, but I think that...
I think he's realised.
I think that he's realised. I think he's doing... We done a show yesterday on Patron, and we were talking about Rooney, and we were talking about how Rooney realised and started to get the fans back on side, because he clearly knew that when he was coming to the end of his Man United days, he'd probably want to come back to Everton, so he started laying all the groundwork. No, I'm not saying Lukaku's doing that, because there's a lot of places for him to go in the world, and actually, if he was going to go anywhere, he'd go to Anderlecht, I think. Like, they're his club, aren't he?
26,
no, I mean at the end of his career. And I think he'd always try and get back to Chelsea if he could as well. I think he's got business to be done there. But I do think that, with hindsight, he's starting to realise now that Everton was a great place for him. And I know some of our fans are still quite sore about it, because I remember after what happened with Rooney, fans were sore for a very long time. It happens, it's natural. It just depends, you know, the clip we spoke about Lukaku as well on the video was out on Twitter now, if anyone wants to watch it. And I suppose we're of the age where we've seen players come and go, and you sort of just start, you know, you do get to that point where you just like, you rate it or whatever, but afterwards you start understanding if they're, like when he scored against us at Old Trafford and he's cupping knee and all that, it's like when Rooney kissed the badge. It's like, if you're going to give me grief, I'll give you grief back. This is the only way. And, you know, I can understand it when I was a certain age, it really annoyed me, but it's life, innit?
It's like anything, though. We done this on the Tuesday topic. Don't like players moving because it's almost an acceptance that your club isn't what you want it to be. If they move to Barcelona or Real Madrid, you kind of go, well, all right, they are massive clubs. Moving within the same country to another club, it's never going to be accepted, and it is what it is. But people are asking the question, would you have them back? 100%. Richarlison, Lukaku and Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the same Everton team. Just a little bit. Yeah. We'd smash most teams with those three as a front three without a shadow of a doubt.
There's no point holding grudges against players who were good and done well for us. Like, hold grudges against John Collins, Mark Hughes, for 20, 30, maybe 40 years, hold those grudges. But that's because they were crap and they thought they were great and treated us like knobheads. Whereas you look back at Lukaku and go, Bambi. I mean, you look at it now, you look at the videos now, Lukaku going, Jesus.
Well, just watch that game tonight. Yeah. The goal after 30 seconds, he cuts in on his left foot.
What a goal.
Incredible.
I watched, someone put the clip up last night of his hat-trick against Sunderland. The third goal,
when he runs through.
But like the second one, the header when he scores from Bolassi's cross. Bolassi's cross is fantastic. It's great. The third goal, though.
What was the first goal?
First goal was a cross from the right.
Oh, from the right.
And he down with it past Pickford. But like that hat-trick goal.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Do you know what I mean? No, when a player gets to the point, and this is where we talk about like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he gets to the point in the game where it's just like 3-0. It's a mad ball. Ball just goes right through the middle.
Isn't it Morales who plays it through? So, He's in the 10,
but it's like a little spring pass, isn't it? It bounces to Morales, bang, straight away. But he gets one-on-one with Pickford. There's absolutely nothing in it. No. He just round the corner. Brilliant.
Adam Conroy says, hey guys, how are we keeping? Hope you're well. Getting hard to find Everton stories to comment about.
That's fine.
Still loving the show. Keep up the great work. Happy birthday, Baz.
See, we've got
loads of stuff.
We've done loads of interviews, and we're going to try and do more interviews. And on our Patreon, we've started a new thing called the Patron Forum, where we're getting like three patrons on, and have a chat about any little stories or how they're getting on. We're catching up. There's an interview now on Patron with Kevin Campbell. We had a chat with Kevin Campbell yesterday. We've just done one with Sarah Halpin. We're just going to do like longer interviews with people like we did with Agent Eve, but we're all going to do like short ones where we just catch up with people and have a chat with them, see how they feel.
Got loads of stuff in the that we're playing with, isn't it? So there you go.
We've got our Road to Glories. We've got other things. Our retro rewatches. We've got it all. You know, if you just want entertainment, come and see us. Especially our Patron. Our Patron is flying because of the amount of shows we're putting on it.
Yeah. Mike Barrett says happy birthday, Baz. Thanks, Mike.
Abigail says happy birthday, Baz. I'd have Lukaku back. I'd have Barkley back, as he is not entirely to blame for his exit.
And there's a lot of truth in that as well. Whether he didn't help himself, and I understand anyone who doesn't like Ross, that's fair play. But he wasn't alone in that exit, and it was engineered by his agents as well. So Bradley Minosky said, afternoon guys, he started talking about Toffee TV yesterday, and I still can't believe I've been. It was 2015 when I stumbled onto one of your videos on YouTube about no hope for a new stadium. Amazing how far you guys have come from being two people filming in the Winslow to being one of the most important fan voices in the Everton universe. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Bradley. AS says, happy birthday, Baz. Hope you've had a top day. I'm enjoying my day. Thank you. Paul Thornton says, hi, Peb and Baz. With the uncertain finances of the clubs in League One and League Two, can you see the leagues being split up into Southern and Northern instead?
Regional.
I thought this the other day, because this is what they used to be. And this is what like Lancashire League used to be and things like that.
I said this would happen about 5 years ago, if not longer. It doesn't make sense for a club that plays in the North East to be travelling to a club on the South Coast. No. And I think yeah, you're right, it used to happen. You used to have the Division 3 was split into two, wasn't it? It was a South and a North. And
non-league do it?
Yeah, non-league do it because it makes perfect sense. Now, I think we are desperately trying to protect our pyramid, and I understand that. But I think they think if you split it into regions, then it won't have... I think we pride ourselves in this country that we have 92 clubs, and we go, oh, we're not like other countries because they do, and other countries are bigger than our country. That's why they don't have the way we have it. Look at Spain, right? Spain could not have 92 clubs like we do playing in 4 divisions because the country's too big. The club, they
don't have towns the same as we do.
No. The club, but what I'm saying is the clubs would go bust if you had to travel from one side of Spain.
Of course, yeah.
You know, this is why.
But there's two things that you could do. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is something I know that you subscribe to the same view as well. Is that the North and South, the regional thing, and the other thing is like a 4G pitch that they should have because it would save them so much money on pitch.
But what if they had a 5G
pitch? Are you on it? Are you on it though? I'm telling you, I've loved a Nokia. No, but if they had that, then they could also hire that out in the weekend and get a revenue from that.
Listen,
or train on
it. Problem, like, this country's so unique. We have so many people in our country. Like, we have more people in this country than we do in Spain. Because Spain is massive, but place like Spain is a collection of regions. France is a little bit like that as well, but the further you go north, the more. Germany was a collection of we've got the countries within the United Kingdom. We pride ourselves on having all these teams in small proximities to each other. Yeah. But as the world becomes more and more globalised, which it is, and this pandemic proves how globalised it is, when so many people are getting it through, you know, have come off planes and trips and all that. Yeah. Is that the more that happens, the more Man United, Man City, Liverpool get bigger, the more that puts pressure on a club like Everton, isn't it? So how much pressure does then that put on Wigan? Then how much pressure does that put on Blackburn? And then how much pressure does that put on Accrington Stanley? And the more you go down, you are looking... We keep on saying it. Oh, there's going to be a 20-team Super League. Well, if all the money suddenly goes to the Super League, like it's been going to the Champions League or going to the Premier League, then that drip-down effect won't happen because all they'll keep doing is going. Premier League will be like, well, we're the Premier League. We don't actually have to look after you anymore. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. And those local teams who do actually live off the people turning up, they're just going to be, the swell's going to be too big.
Yeah.
So what might happen is you might get like a Bolton or a Wigan who one of the bigger clubs go, you know what? We'll buy you basically, and you can become our B team in a de facto way. And then how long does that B team hold the name, let's say Bolton Wanderers, for? How long would it be if, let's say, Liverpool bought Bolton and it's Bolton Wanderers, it's owned by Liverpool, but then one day Liverpool go, yeah, we want you to be called Liverpool B now. Do you know what I mean? It's all, and that's, I know people go, well, that's not allowed, but one day it will be allowed. It showed last year. Bill Kenwright wanted to give Berry £1 million to keep them going, and the league wouldn't allow them. And we were like, well, why wouldn't you allow it? It's a slippery slope, but it's starting, because otherwise those clubs will go out of business. So what'll happen is we either decide to start allowing clubs to invest in those clubs, or they'll go out of business, which is a lesser of two evils. But once you start investing, then it will be a slippery slope. And at one day, Everton will go, we've invested in you. We want you to be now Everton B. Yeah. And we're going to throw all our youth team players in you. We want you to wear our kit because we want our sponsor and all that on you. It's a slippery slope, so that's where we're heading, unless something changes within the game.
Let's get the likes up, by the way. You know this every week. It's 200 of you watching and 48 likes. Just not good enough.
Matthew Mahale just
my birthday as well. I mean, it's poor.
Just wondering if any of you have been watching the quiz. No, I've not started the quiz yet.
No, I've got it recorded.
I'm going to give it a watch, though.
Got it recorded.
Ancelotti to win a cup or a league, get the Europa League. Let's just get footy back first, Kieran, and then we'll see where we are. And Owen says, remember Enna Valencia? I do. I think he was all right.
He scored a few important goals for us. Well, I say important goals. They were goals of like winning certain games. And
set up a few as well.
He did. Gary Ward says happy birthday, Baz. Paul Thornton says happy birthday, Baz. Graham Price says happy birthday, Baz. You share a birthday with my younger sister. Her name is Sue. Happy birthday, Sue Price. If you're watching, I don't know if you would be.
How do you know her name's Sue Price?
Because happy birthday, Sue. Graham Price's younger sister. Okay. That's what I should have said.
Should have said Nee Price.
Price, yeah. You're right, Bad. Stuart Thompson says happy birthday, Baz. David Icke has a lot of interesting points. The Illuminati being lizards is a little crazy for my brain, but truthfully 1% of the world own 90% of the cash they do. He's not wrong about that. Ped leave Baz from Cupcake. Well, Ped brought them and they're there to share. Brian Garside says, so you believe in clones, but not lizards?
I didn't say I didn't believe in lizards, by the way.
I didn't say I believed in clones.
I didn't say I believed in anything or anything. I'm willing to believe in anything.
That should be the way
I don't dismiss anything. I honestly, I look at the world now, and I look at how. And the easiest way to look at it is what Baz has just said. 1% of the world own 90%
of the
world's money and everything, and yet we're not rioting in the streets, right? We should be rioting in the streets. We should be rioting over what's going on now, but we're not. We're all sitting here like dickheads, like just getting on with our lives. Like as a race, we've stopped questioning things. Like, when you see people defending billionaires, like, defending them like going, oh, they shouldn't have to pay any more tax. Well, why shouldn't they? They should. They should pay tax. Like, these massive companies should be paying tax, and they're not. And people defend them. And you're like, how has that happened? What, like, if this was, like, France in the revolution, Elon Musk and the other fella who owns Amazon and all them, they would have had their heads cut off by now. But like, we just sit there and go, oh, you can't take any more money off the billionaires. They get us our things next day delivery.
Christopher Williams says, thank you so much, Baz. Have a fantastic day. He's ate up all his tea. See? Young lad eating his sausage and mash there. It's what I like to see. He's going to be famous when he goes back to school. Hello to all the staff at Palmerston School. Hello. Sophie Gallagher says hello. I've liked it, Baz. Happy birthday. Steve EFC says happy birthday, Baz. Would you like Liverpool not to win the Premier League as a birthday present? not as a birthday present, I would like us all to be able to...
Bit self-indulgent, that, innit?
I'd like us to all be able to just go and watch footy again. I'm thinking, and Liverpool deserve to win the Premier League. They're 25 points clear. They deserve to win it. But I'd like us to be able to just do what we all did and people to be safe rather than going, I'll be made up if they didn't win it.
Someone just, sorry...
If you'd asked me, would I like Liverpool to lose the next 9 games and City win 10? Then that's a different
I don't think
thing.
that makes any difference. Just reading there about someone just said about David Icke.
Yeah.
Saying about, is he still claiming to be the son of God? How do you know David Icke isn't the son of God?
No one does.
Exactly.
So
like, literally, there's no way.
Couldn't he?
There's no way to prove that he's not the son of God. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. No one. Where are we? Ian 8002 said, I'm watching a 10-minute delay, but Lukaku giving West Brom loads of love recently as well, using the prayer emoji, nothing other than self-promotion.
Well, if it is, isn't it?
Oi doi ducky, happy birthday, Baz. Okay. Yeah. The Premier League, so Sophie saying the Premier League want the club season over by July the 1st. Well, he will, because it saves them an issue with players' contracts as well. We've got a video, it'll be out on Patron first, with Gareth Farrelly, who's now he's like a litigation lawyer as well, and works within sport and within football. And that's a good chat. Brilliant chat actually about his Everton career as well. But he's saying that, you know, he's having to try to, you know, advise players and stuff, and the information will change as we go forward in terms of contracts. There's a lot of people. I watched Keys and Gray the other day, and Richie Keys made some really interesting points, and Andy Gray was kind of on the other side, talking about the contracts that end on the 30th of June, saying things like, you know, Richie Keys was saying, well, if I'm a player, and we'll say Willian, because he's like the big high-profile one that's out of contract for Chelsea, and Chelsea go, well, we've got another 3-4 games here, and we want you to play after the 30th of June, and yet Willian has got, say he's signed for Everton. He didn't use Everton as a thing, but he said the club, but say it's Everton. He's not going to want to play for Chelsea in case he gets injured and wrecks his Everton career, do you know what I mean? So if you're a player, Andy Gray was saying, no, well, I'd still play because I've played for that club for X amount of years. But Keys is right. If you're a player, you start thinking, hang on, I've got a new, fresh start at this new club. I don't want to turn up injured, or say like he done an ACL or something, you know, in his last game or whatever. So
no, I agree, but I do think there's got to be a little bit of something in there. You know, Mitchell was just saying there's no proof that God exists, so therefore David Icke couldn't be the son of him. Well,
there's no proof that God doesn't exist, though. I
would agree with that, Mitchell, but what I would say is, if you do believe in God, then you have to believe that David Icke could be his son. Simply. You have to, don't you?
But what I'm saying is there's no proof God doesn't exist either. You can believe that he doesn't, or you can believe that he does, but there's no proof either way. So therefore, David Icke could quite easily be the son of God. There you go. Simon Rouse said, evening all, I enjoyed the Tuesday topic yesterday. Thanks for answering my question, lads, and happy birthday, Baz. Lions, he's 65, says, evening lads and fellow Blues, happy birthday, Baz. Wanted to thank you lads for the brilliant interviews, especially Agent Heath, top man and top player. The Agent Heath interview is brilliant. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, watch it. He's fantastic. Richard Parr says, happy birthday, Baz. Love the Worst 11 video, brought back some grim memories though. Keith Powell says, happy birthday, Baz. Greetings from the Dam. Can't blame Lukaku for leaving. As we said yesterday, we didn't invest in anyone to play up front with him. Instead, we bought crap, and the more crap after that. We've had loads not trying. Barkley wanted away as soon as he left. Lukaku was expected to carry us instead of building around him. Shame. Is that right? Did we just expect Rom to take us forward rather than giving him the tools that he needed to do it?
Yeah. Koeman basically forfeited any style of play by just because he knew he had him scoring goals. He allowed Koeman to be lazy. Koeman didn't have to do a job at Everton because of him.
Yeah.
And I also believe there was that Martinez didn't have to do a proper job either because of him.
Yeah.
Whereas good good clubs, proper clubs,
Do the work.
they do the work.
Around
And they go, you've got a world-class player here, let's get other world-class players, we've got a world-class team. And the mad thing goes, when we had Moyes, it was the opposite way around. Moyes got everything else right, and it was the centre forward that we never had. Where do you think if we'd had the centre forward?
Interesting.
Why aren't you guys in the basement? What basement? We don't do basements. I mean,
don't know. Stephen Kelly says he'd take Ron back tomorrow. Class finisher on his day. Brian Garside said, we got the best of Lukaku. He was still young, hungry and ambitious. He started to believe his own press by the time he left to achieve his ambitions. He's now realising how good he had it at Everton. Is there something in that? We had him at his very best because he was playing. Don't forget, he made his debut for Anderlecht when he was 16. So by the time he left us, he was 24.
Didn't he say that, hasn't he said recently? I think he said recently that when he went to United, the doctor basically got it all wrong.
Always with his...
On in terms of his diet and his protein and all that. And he went dead big. And he said he went... he went to Inter Milan. Oh, they found something. Like, I don't know. They found something that he was either allergic to or he had something.
It's an enzyme, I think.
Yeah,
that was
and they've changed his diet and it's got him dead slim. And it's got him back to being what he was when he was at us. Because when he went to Man United, I think they told him he had to bulk up and it went wrong, essentially. So I think he was at his best when he was at us, but I think he can get back to it. Because I just think he's a natural...
He's only 26 as well.
I think he's a natural finisher, but the thing about him is, though, he's got to start playing for a team that wins things. Now, does he become that? Does he win things because on the back of him? Does he want to be that leader, or does he want to be just a bit part? Not a bit part. That's like just doing enough. Where there was time at Everton when he was doing more than enough, and we were, you know, he was scoring a lot of goals. And then there was times when he was happy to sort of just do enough, score goals, but it didn't push us on.
And Andy, the Piv there saying Mourinho was done poor by Ron twice, the only person to blame. He had ruined him at Chelsea. Well, didn't ruin him at Chelsea. We gave him a chance at Chelsea, then didn't do very well at Man United. Renzi said if Lukaku came back, would you be happy with DCL going back to the bench? But he wouldn't have to, because ideally, if Lukaku come back, he could play up with Dom, and Richarlison could play on the right, where he still scores loads of goals and is still brilliant.
I think it comes down
or you could play a 3.
Well, it comes down to numbers, doesn't it? It comes down to what they do together. You know, Richarlison, the three of them play in the same team?
Yes.
I think you find a way to get the 3 of them in the same team.
Without he could. Steve Kelly says finishing work on Friday, looking for a new job. Any ideas on new things to learn about once I had a string to my bow?
No.
That's deep, Steve.
Depends what you're into.
You have to let me think, Steve. Martin Carter says, do you think Obama and another similar type will only shoot a 4-4-2? Gomez might be exposed in that system. I don't think anyone can make any assumptions about Andre Gomez in a 4-4-2 until he's played in a 4-4-2 with a midfield player that can run and tackle.
Good
putting him
adapt.
In. Do it.
Good players adapt.
Exactly, he's a good player. And I keep saying to people, ultimately, the manager, who is a world-class manager, one of the most successful managers of all time, will decide. If Andre Gomez isn't good enough, he won't play him. But he really, really likes Andre Gomez. And he likes him because he's a very, very good footballer. So it's not for us to worry about. Get people like Obama, get another central midfield player, and get Gomez, and let them 3 battle it out for the 2 places. And you know what? What might happen is, you mentioned this change in the formation slightly for certain games. They might go to a 3 in midfield for certain games, and Gomez becomes one of them. So it is what it is. Yeah. Stuart Thompson says clones are a fact of life. Remember Dolly the sheep. You're right. Steve Kelly says, Ped spot on, mate, about people just accepting everything. France kick off if the bins change colour. Owen Park says, great interview with Adrian Ithbaz. Cheers, Owen. Linesy65 says, lads, what do you think about Duncan McKenzie? Thought he was a good player for us. Linesy, I don't remember him. I was too young
jumps over minis.
I know he could jump over a mini, and I've seen clips of him doing amazing stuff with the ball.
Yeah. Before his time, I think.
But yeah,
before his time.
But I don't think he adapted to, as far as I'm aware, to the way Gordon Lee wanted him to play.
Yeah.
But you probably be able to tell me better, mate. Yeah. To be honest with you.
David Sullivan says, "Happy birthday, Baz! If you could have one player from our great teams from the '63 season to the '87 season as a birthday present, which one would you pick?" I mean, which one from the '63 would you sign, Baz?
Alan Ball, even though I've never seen him, was incredible. But if it's difficult, David, because obviously I can't remember the '63 team. I'm going off what people would tell me, the same as the '70s.
What would be the golden vision of '63?
So Alan Ball would probably be the one because he could do everything. But from people I've seen, I would have Peter Reid probably, because I think he would transform this Everton team into something else. I really do. I really do.
Dominic says, we can't sell Gylfi for less than 20 million. It's about time we start selling players for good prices. We can sell them for 20 million because his actual going rate is 18 million based on his
16.2.
Yeah, so it's 16 to 18 million based on his contract. So
contract amortization.
If you could talk about amortization, that's how much. And Andrew McGregor says last of the Corinthians.
Well, yeah, Labby would be incredible.
What a fella.
But we've got good. See that when I do this, you see, I could say Gary Lineker because the greatest Everton striker I've seen. But you're looking at things like that. It's what would change the team.
Dominic, I seen your message then.
What did it say?
No, it's a prime Baines or prime Diane.
Okay.
But he meant Dean.
Well, so you retracted it. Baines. I love Luca Dean, but Baines was incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Paul Tyson says 2 years of this is being mooted. And then the Piv says won't get half that in the market. No, I know, and I'm just saying that's what his actual price is 16 to 18. I'm not saying you will get that. I'm just saying in amortization.
The media are reporting 25 million for him.
No, I know you won't get that,
so
and I wouldn't expect to get that. But I don't expect to get it anyway because I think FFP will be bombed. I don't think FFP can happen. I just don't think it can. Football cannot survive if FFP continues, which is a bastard because Newcastle have just been bought and they'll spend loads of money.
They haven't got the money to spend. That company haven't got money, mate. Trust me. They haven't. They've just borrowed money off the owner to buy it.
I don't know.
They'll be used as it. They'll be used.
I've heard.
As a cash cow.
Listen. You haven't got my sources, right?
No,
I've heard there's a shipment of Slazenger jumpers and Donate Trabs heading over to Saudi Arabia.
Maybe.
There was a plane, honestly. It was like the plane that left America with the Bin Ladens on. Honestly.
Oh, okay.
It was like that. No one else can go anywhere, but there was a plane. Big, massive on the side of it, Sports Direct mug on it.
Fair play.
Listen. Are you on me?
I'm on you. I'm on you.
Yeah. Any more? What's happening on Patreon? Don't avoid our patrons.
All the ones I've been reading out of Patreon.
Pay the bills.
Basically, Bradley Minowski says, happy birthday, Baz. Guys from Alfredo Morelos has been rumoured to be leaving Rangers. If the price is right, would you take him? No. He's a lunatic.
He's a trouble cause, and I don't actually think he's that good. Michael Barrett, are you on it? Never mind, are we on it? Listen, I'll tell you what you should be on. You should be on our mugs.
I'm on it, Michael. I'm on it.
Go and buy a Toffee TV mug. That's what you should be on. That's what you should be on. Look at that. Look at the emblem on the other side.
Andy, that's great, but how many people... That's like me going, I haven't got any credit, so I'm going to ask a billionaire for some money to buy something from a billionaire. If you've got real money, mate, you don't need it. Trust me.
I'm just going to advertise.
I've seen it all. You do that. Seen it all before with Newcastle, and it'll be there again. Amanda Staveley tried to do this with Liverpool, but Liverpool's lawyers are better than Newcastle's. And when they looked into it, they were like, she's a charlatan. They haven't got the money they think they've got. There's no... Well, you got to remember now with like funds like that, there's not another Sheikh Mansour and there's not another Qatari family. So Newcastle might be in a slightly better, and I've just seen it, nice one side. And yet I still look 25 years younger than you. Incredible scenes. Yeah, Newcastle are doing, well, they might be slightly better than they are under Ashley, but the reality is they won't be allowed to spend endless amounts of money, the same as us. So, and they've got Steve Bruce, so there you go. Yeah, and Andy, what it is, that fella who, what's his name, Tom Morris, or so, I forgot his name, which is scandalous of me. The old man who was doing the walk and wanted to raise £1,000 for the NHS with his Zimmer frame.
Oh, yeah.
The war veteran, it's up to 7 million he's raised for the NHS. He only wanted to raise £1,000. Thought he might raise £1,000.
Good luck to him. I mean,
walking.
I don't know where that money will go, but
well,
fair play.
Yeah, that's what he's raised.
I don't agree.
That's what he's
I don't
raised.
agree with it personally, but that's just
what
me.
He's raised. Stephen Holmes says, if you sell and buy one player this transfer window, who is it?
Sell and buy one? I mean, the sell part would probably be more difficult than the buy part. Sell. It'd be, I don't know, Sigurdsson, Sideline. Be one of them two.
Yeah. And who would you buy?
If I could buy anyone.
Well, like, I suppose.
Oh, practically.
I suppose a realistic one.
I don't know. It's difficult to say. No, it's difficult to say, isn't it? I mean, it'd be like a centre midfielder, I imagine. If you could get a top-class centre midfielder, just to get the wheels ticking over, or Gabriel at the back, then one of them. I think if you build from the middle to the outside, then it's a good plan, isn't it?
Everton FL, Newcastle's owners are worth 200. We're going to see, mate, aren't we? We're going to see. I've heard it all before. We'll still be sat here in 2 years and they'll still be crap, trust me. But they could be worth 700 billion. They're not going to be allowed to do anything the same way as we're not. It's people that are mad just think that because money comes in, you can do what you want.
Well, okay.
FFP won't be bombed,
Devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
If they do have loads of money, right, and they will only really get one summer to spend it, right, because of FFP. Yeah. So, because you look at the club, you look at the players that they've got to sell, they haven't got anything to sell. So, okay, what they'll have to do, I think, straight away is, if we're talking about Newcastle, is to develop the stadium, build the other side so they're the same size, right? That's the first thing I'd do if I was them with the money. Invest in the stadium, so that you can flip the FFP through the stadium, and then that'll give them a better chance. But they'll only get really one summer, and the thing about that one summer is you've got to attract everyone in that one summer to come to play for Newcastle who's out there, and can they do that? Are people going to go and, well, they've got all that money? Because now what Newcastle have essentially got is the same as what probably the top 10 teams in the Premier League, and we're one of them. We've got money, but if you haven't got success or any way to funnel that money, what do you... Look at Arsenal. Arsenal are the prime example. They have got people at their club with money. They're not really willing to do anything with that money because they know there's not a return on that money because they're not challenging. So it's... You can't... And I know we've criticised this system, but if FFP stays the way it is, you can't do what Man City did. You can't do what Chelsea did. They've pulled the ladder up behind them. But so that's the first thing I'd do. I'd be like, get that ground to 80,000.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And then pretend
you
to
do the stadium, then Man United, the richest club in the world. And
Dominic, the reason why you do the stadium, mate, is because you get it up to a point where it has better facilities. You can get more people in, eating food and all that kind of thing, because that gets your FFP sorted. It's why Liverpool built a new massive... The minute Liverpool built that new massive stand, they've gone through the roof because it allowed them to not only bring more money into the club, but also bring more money into the club. That's the thing. That's what gets you around FFP. And then get a naming rights thing on it and all that.
Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, and he's got 115 billion.
Yeah.
So Newcastle aren't worth 250 billion because they've got two mates who are worth this and worth that. It's just nonsense, and people believe it's incredible that people believe. And go, oh, they're going to put this billions in. It's nonsense. Man City have got endless amounts of money. And even their fella said, we're not going to continue. We can't. There's no way you can continue to put money in without getting a return on it. So it's all... People have played too much Championship Manager. That's the problem. That's the issue. But there you go. I don't worry about any football club because it's all nonsense. We can't spend it. We've got billionaires. We can't spend the money regardless. So it's about being able to create a good team, having a good manager. Leicester, I've said this before, Leicester won the league and couldn't attract anyone. Ain't a chance Newcastle are attracting anyone. So there you go.
They'd have to attract a really good manager as well.
Yeah, but they won't.
First of all.
They've been trying to for years.
So they need to attract a good manager and have this. I know the stadium looks, but there's a lot of factors. I just don't think nowadays. Don't get me wrong. If it's 10 years ago and someone rocked up with X amount of million, you'd go, well, they'll be able to spend, but you just can't do that. So
we got ours 10 years too late, didn't we? Really, we'd have got ours in the noughties when Moyes was there. We'd have been able to spend all sorts. Germany have banned football until August the 31st. That's from Matthew Barry. And then teams have been...
I don't believe Matthew Barry. I just don't believe anything he says.
He was great on the Patron Forum before. If that's the case, Matthew, that is a game changer, I think, for everything else.
Sorry, bro.
Owen says Newcastle will do a QPR. They probably will do.
I don't know if they will. I don't know if they won't. I just think that they'll get themselves about where we are, or about where Wolves are, or where Leicester are, and I listen. Let's stop worrying about what Newcastle are going to do. They're going to have resources that we've got.
Yeah,
it's what you do with them, and it's how you know. It's not easy now. It's a difficult game to just. It's a different game now to what it was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about them.
Liverpool haven't got anywhere near the wealth of Man City or United or whatever, and they won the league by 25 points.
They've got a top 3 manager in the world. That's what it comes down to, isn't it?
And all that, Rafa might be on his way, but I'm amazed anyone listens to anything is said about Newcastle, because for some reason they've got this thing in the media where people love them. I don't understand it. And everything's
it's a generational thing.
This has been going on for 20 years, this nonsense.
It's a generational thing, though, isn't it? The journalists who at work now are the journalists who saw the Kevin Keegan era, where he didn't win anything.
Yeah. And so they over-talk everything.
Did you see that thing on Match of the Day, didn't I? Don't think you watched it, Match of the Day podcast. I just had on for a minute. I was actually just looking for edit and stuff on it. But
mine's gone.
What, it's died? Oh, I'll go on mine then. And they were talking about Ian Wright was talking about Wenger coming into Arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he was giving them all these vitamin tablets, and he was going on about it, and the other two, Lineker and Shearer, were like, that sounds a bit like, I hope you're not like giving anything away here. And they aren't, just like the B12 tablets he was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Which is
important. And Shearer said something like, well, if that means that we'll win. What did Arsenal beat them to? Was it a league title or something, or the FA Cup?
FA Cup,
beat them in the FA Cup. And he said, Shearer said something like, that means we owed that. We'd have that or something. And Ian Wright said, you still wouldn't fucking win it like that.
Yeah, he's right though, isn't he?
It was brilliant. He properly had them off. Kevin Rex says, when we build our stadium and FFP is still around, will that mean we can spend a lot more on play? Yes. Yeah. Because our ceiling will go up. We will earn. Basic way of FFP is the more you earn, like in your club, the more you can spend. It's the least debt you carry, but essentially look at it as the more money you spend, you bring in. So if you can bring in more money from sponsorship, so the naming rights, which is being investigated, it's not. The naming rights, the lounges, the capacity, the hot dogs, all the stuff on the outside in the fans do that. That's all our stuff. So we get paid for all that. So that goes back in everything. all goes back into our coffers and helps FFP, and that's what's saying about Newcastle. If they could build their stadium, and someone just said they can't because of there's listed buildings around. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
I've heard that before.
So the more money you create at your clubs, and this is where Man City have been caught out, is the more money you make, the more you can spend, essentially. So, R.I.P. Mr. Motivator.
Yeah, I'm
What?
not having that.
What?
No.
What?
He's just trying to throw one in there.
Is
surely.
he?
Yes. It's only the other day doing workouts. Nothing wrong with Mr. Motivator.
You are literally trying to find out now, aren't you?
I'm looking because I'm not having that.
I mean, he's throwing it in there.
Yeah, but you can throw anything.
Stan Collymore says Germany bans football matches until August the 31st. I mean, if that's...
He's just tweeted less than an hour ago, Mr. Motivator, saying, work it out, be well.
Did he, though?
Yeah.
What if that was someone who just dropped his phone?
Michael Barrett, yeah.
All the non-football events we can hold there too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Monster Trucks and Beyonce. Paul Tyson, don't you ever make jokes about Mr. Motivator ever again. Ever again. There's levels.
He's motivated us off there.
Pete Brown has gone. I mean, I don't think anyone cares about him, to be honest. I mean, he's all right, but he can be a bit of a tool. Paz doesn't even know who he is.
Joe Rogan, he's got a famous podcast.
Yeah. What else is he famous for?
Things. Conspiracy theories.
What else is he famous for? He's a UFC commentator.
Oh, well,
I'm just educating
UFC.
you. I'm not mocking you. I'm educating you.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Like Aristotle. Matthew Barry said, told you. Listen to that was a see that told you. I heard that in Wales.
Yeah.
With a big shade
arrogance.
on your head. Big shade on your head.
With arrogance as well.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think you're being harsh.
Well, you know, you've got to be cruel to be kind sometimes.
That's what he said. So what would happen right now? DW Sports breaking as the latest measures to battle coronavirus. The German government has announced a ban on major sporting events until August the 31st. However,
celebrating.
However,
go on.
Ghost games in the Bundesliga remain a possibility from as early as next month. So essentially...
So that's nonsense then.
It's behind closed... Yeah. You can still possibly have behind closed doors, but that's a possibility. Yeah. Matthew Barry, smug now are ya? Smug now are ya?
He might still be.
He might be.
He might still be smug.
Rest in smug face like Priti Patel.
Last 10 minutes, I'm getting summoned to go home for my birthday tea. So you've got 10 minutes, get your thoughts in.
Get your birthday thoughts. Matthew Lumsden, I think you can be locked up for saying that.
I think you can. Be careful. Be careful.
Don't forget, you can still be hung for cutting a penny in half.
Defacing the Queen, yeah. So don't do it, mate. Stay safe, Matthew.
Igalo has a decision to make, doesn't he? He take a £200,000 a week pay cut to play for Man United. That's from Keith.
Yeah, I know.
Steve Kelly says, I can't stand Newcastle. No, I can't. Simon Rouse says, Simon Rouse is our man in Germany, by the way.
He is.
Like, literally, he's our man on the ground
in Germany.
Burying the bodies. He says, I don't think the Bundesliga thing is true. Yeah, Matthew Barry. But Germany are already planning how to go back to normal in stages, so I don't believe it, lads. Well, like we've just said, apparently there's a thing on public, there's a ban on public. Dundee have voted. Oh, here's Matthew Barry, our man in Wales, who's from Scotland. Dundee has voted to end the Scottish season. Okay.
Andrew McGregor, i.e. the PIV. German teams have been back in training since last week in the top two divisions.
I've seen no proof of that, though.
That was from Bundesliga thingy, saying he'd been training since last week.
I've not seen any proof in that.
No, I hadn't seen it, but that's what
Brad says, you guys said Rom didn't get the players around them to succeed. But speaking hypothetically, what about if Ron played with the players that Marcel Brands brought in, playing alongside Dominic Calvert-Lewin, we'd see now, and being coached by Carlo? Would you say then the club would have done right by him then? Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Would have got him a manager.
I think he'd be incredible with better players around him. He can put the ball in the net.
Michael Wood said about the St James's Park. Steve Kelly said, would you consider doing Zoom quiz ped? Just bought 2 mugs, one for me half fella. It is right. I need to investigate them. Like, well, it's not really a circle of trust. That thing with the quiz costs £300 a year, right? I'm not prepared to pay £300 right now when, you know, we're all in a bit of a
everything's
tizzy.
going out. Yeah.
Now, the quiz is great, but I ain't paying that much. I ain't paying that much. I'm just not paying it. Right, so what I'm gonna have a look at, there's a free version of it, and apparently you can only get 10 people in it. So I might have a little dabble with that. And then what I might do if I do that is get some people who are on it. Are you on it?
Are you on it, lad?
On Zoom. And between the rounds, catch up with the people and see how they're getting on. That's what I might do.
Mad. Andy, Dembele and Van Dijk would have done in the first place. Don't know. Who's this Senegal young star, Moussa Wayne, Andy? Is he any good? Right back, let us know. Paul Tyson's giving us some kind of traffic update.
It's fair play.
Allerton Road, Rose Lane, Smith Down Road are kind of the same as, to be honest, traffic-wise. What?
Fair enough. He's the man in the sky.
Okay. Mark Smith says no. Everton tops in Colombia. That's not good, is it? Kevin Rex, yes. If it goes behind closed doors, the clubs do still get their broadcasting money because the film they will be live. So yeah, we will be fulfilling that.
Matthew Lumsden, when will Ped run for the leader of the Labour Party and then Boris Johnson? Listen, I don't think I could run for the leader of the Labour Party. It would take too much time away from Toffee TV, and I think this is actually a better platform for me. I think it cuts through all the chat, doesn't it?
The red tape nonsense. Well, Piv, all right, Wake then. Tell me if he's any good. That's what I'm asking you.
You know, next time we do a live, I'm just getting Piv in a box on the screen. Honestly, I could do it.
Could you do it?
Oh, I could do it.
So why isn't he here now?
Because he's not shown any enthusiasm.
Yeah,
I mean, he's put in the group chat, oh, I'm really missing Toffee TV, blah, blah, blah.
I think he's a Newcastle fan.
He said, but as long as I've got my garden, I mean,
Alex JG, why can't you stand Newcastle? Because
they're horrible.
They're just
horrible.
The arrogance for nothing. When they haven't got any right to it.
And they've been relegated like twice in the last
few years.
10 years or something.
And that's not, listen, there could be loads of great Newcastle fans, but people in the media talk them up like the best team in the world and always have and it's absolutely bizarre.
Real Tour says which player would be the best contestant on Gladiators. Now that I was watching a programme last night, funny enough, it was on Channel 5 and it was about Gladiators, and I miss Gladiators so much. It was such a good show. Who? Do you reckon I don't think he would be able to compete though.
Well, he's a big lad though, isn't he?
I think like...
You want someone like... I'll say he'd be good.
I reckon Dom would be good.
I was going to say Dom, because he's like a big, strong lad and he's quick.
Yeah.
I think he'd be good. Wade's not ready for what we need, says the Piv. Fair
I'd
enough,
like to
mate.
see Tom Davis on Gladiator, because I'd just like to see what his wardrobe would be. I think it'd be incredible.
I don't think he'd do very well.
Michael Barrett says Ped is PM of Team Human. Anyway, that's who I stand with, Team Human. Although I am Team Dolphin and Team Dogs as well. I mean, and as we all know, the Dolphins are pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Dave says if we had to lose Z cars, what would you choose as our walkout song?
That dance song from Sunderland. Adagio for strings, lad. Are you on it? Are you on it?
I'm on it, lad.
The chemtrails.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Piv's saying Dembele and Van Dijk, Martinez could have signed them both to play with Ron, which shows Funes, Morian,
Yeah,
spot on, Piv.
There you go.
Spot on. Paul Tyson says the internet will go soon when China switches it off.
Only one hang on. Only one person can switch the internet off. That man's name is Pete Price.
There you go. David Coakley. Well,
I mean,
it was an Umbro. Let's leave it at that. Stevie G says Sunderland are bigger than Newcastle. I think they are. In historical terms, anyway.
They've both done a bit.
They've both done a bit.
How come we don't seem to be getting as many comments as when we normally do this, and we look at YouTube? The telly's like, it's just cutting the wheat from the chaff.
The telly's like selecting.
It's
incredible. Yeah, look.
Gabrielle.
In Richarlison's comments on Instagram about our atmosphere.
There you go. Steve Kelly says, I don't mind writing up a quiz for you, Ped, and then maybe getting on Zoom on the live show.
It'd be good if you actually wrote some pieces for our website, Steve, or done some videos or, you know, generally like made yourself useful for us?
I mean, I find that slightly harsh.
Is that harsh?
Michael Wood says, lads, just thinking about what you've been saying about possible Newcastle takeover. What would you change with ours, knowing what you know now? What I'd change with ours is I would definitely like just keep knocking on Marcel Brands' door.
Yeah.
Like banging on that door.
Even I certainly wouldn't be going anywhere near the PE teacher.
Yeah,
and I'd have gone for it. I'd have gone and got the best manager I could have.
Yeah.
That was what I would say to start again.
And I'd give Lukaku an 18-year contract.
Give him £7 million.
I'd give his kids contracts.
Oh, it's set to top chat, not live chat.
There you go. That's so better, top chat.
So YouTube's literally deciding what's top chat.
That's tremendous.
No, but that's what I would do, I think, with the new... I'd go and try to get a top manager.
And not by crap.
And not by crap, yeah.
Lewis has made my own Kahoot pub quiz the other day. Was inspired by Ped. I can't even say my own name. Ped's pub quiz. Thank you, Lewis. That's nice to know. Remember, Fash went on Gladiators and was doing flips and rolls and everything. The Mentalist, yeah, amazing, mate.
Can you talk about the lack of tops here in Bogota? Because Jerry is
to be honest, Mark, I can't. There's not really much we can do about that.
No.
We've
Jerry's boss, but
we know the score, mate. We know the score, but unfortunately, the are you on it?
Shrikar, I've no idea, mate, at the moment.
What's that?
If there'll be less transfers or if FFP will be relaxed, I don't know. Because values will drop, which might mean that clubs just can still spend, but it'll be all relative. I don't know.
Steve Kelly says sent you some vids. To be fair, why don't you think people like Iwobi?
Do a vid on it, Steve, or write an article for the website.
He did say before in the group chat he's going to ask you about Iwobi.
Oh, did he? Well, fair play to him. That's moving. Tashi's missing some footies, and no, Lineker didn't give a mention to Nev on his goalie top 10. Didn't he? That's strange. But
I don't think Nigel Martin got into the goalkeepers either, which is just a load of nonsense. One of the best goalkeepers of the Premier League.
Yeah, definitely. For Palace, he was brilliant. For Leeds, he was incredible.
I can understand why Neville wouldn't be.
If it's a Premier League one,
we didn't have him in our Premier League team, did we?
No, he was only the Premier League. He was like 3-4 years maximum. Yeah. He was good for the first two, and then obviously, you know, he was getting on other keepers were above him then. But in the mid-80s to the early 90s, he was the best goalie in the world by a mile.
The world.
But if it's only a Premier League era, then I understand why he wouldn't be in. But Nigel Martin should have been.
Michael Barrett, Iwobi is okay. Blue Boy Stew says, if Newcastle are so loaded, why are they furloughing staff? Well, they haven't actually been, it's not been done yet, has it? It's not
furloughing staff because
the owners are rat.
And no, the takeover hasn't been done and will only be ratified within the next 2 weeks if they pass the test that they failed last time.
It's all come out because the paperwork's been given to the company's house. Real Source says, is Rocky 4 soundtrack the best soundtrack ever? It's up there. If you're doing like any kind of training, it's amazing. Genuine. Hearts on fire.
The Piv, that's exactly how I'd spell it the way he said it. The
best
in the world.
The world.
Absolute
world. Lewis said I had a laugh watching Road to Glory as well. Mad Tony Ibbott was hilarious. How funny
he was mad Tony Ibbott.
That tackle, and when he's clapping him.
Made up, the fellas rolling around, Ibbott's clapping him. And then he slid that through ball to Kanchelskis.
Tashi says, what do you guys think of Trump? An utter clown, in my opinion. That's Tashi's opinion.
Yeah. Let's not talk about him.
Stevie T says he's had a bit of a meh for about 3
He's gone full Martinez, I find.
Michael Barrett says, I want a Toffee TV catchphrase mug. What would be the catchphrase?
What's the catchphrase, Michael? Because I'm going in a minute, so tell me.
Is Buxton a man's water?
Yes.
Is that not sexist?
I don't know. I'm just saying it is. It's everyone's water.
Well, yeah, because it's
a top class water.
It's water.
Oh, but it's a top class water.
It's tap water, though, isn't it?
Spray.
Put in a bottle.
I agree.
Literally just
sign Grealish for number 10, but we don't play number 10. Grealish would have to play off the left he does for Villa.
What have we created the number 10 role?
I want to keep the 5 and 3 wingers. I don't want.
We haven't got 2 wingers now.
Doesn't matter.
We haven't got any wingers.
Ped, show me proof of life of my beers. There's a few beers that we've left for you over there.
Whoa, hang on. Did you just say a few beers?
I don't know how many.
In the box.
I only took like 4. So you took all of them and the big can. Does these deals and drinks them all? What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine.
I do the deals. Hang on, how could we split the big can?
I didn't want the big can.
Well, then what are you moaning about?
36 fucking over them.
No.
Andy, there's one there for you.
There's one there. I just don't.
Is there still some there?
Yeah, of course there is.
There you go, Andy.
But there's only one for Andy.
Okay.
You've got it.
Yeah,
You've got
gotta
it.
give
Hang
it
on,
to
hang
you.
on. You've got to be like, no. You've got to. There's a scheme, payment scheme.
Oh, okay.
You're like,
Look,
what?
the catchphrases could be, hello, get it.
Hello, get it. I won't be as okay.
I won't be as okay or unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Is Peroni the best beer? No, it is not the best beer. There are so many nice beers out there that you can't get it.
Dusseldorf beer is the best beer.
There's loads of really nice beers
I'm
out
not
there.
bothered, but Dusseldorf beer is the best.
Piv, there's beer there. Will you shut up?
There's 2
You
for
live
you,
next
stop
to Tesco.
crying.
There's also a can.
No, forget that. Stop crying and do some actual work for us.
You can have that up there. You can have the maple syrup.
That's
Hey,
incredible.
we've still got chocolate and everything from Kate.
Kate's elite.
Hang on. Tell you what we have got. Look at
Kate
this.
is
Hang on.
elite. Hurry up, because
Alright.
you're doing the news tonight. I'm so excited.
No, I'm not.
You're at my beer.
Look at this. I don't give a monkey's.
I've been
Look at this.
summoned, mate.
Girl Guide cookies. Girl Guide cookies made out of girls who are guides. Look at them. It says everything she wants to be. Pour coiffure a bout de chevreuve. Because it's in French as well, because it's from Canada, isn't it, lad? Are you on it? Are you on it? Are you on it, lad? Are you on it? Have a Girl Guide cookie.
I don't want a Girl Guide cookie.
What are you saying about the Girl Guides of Canada?
They're great, but I'm going home now. Big Never's my hero.
The
The
Piv
reason
has
I've
just
come-
invaded.
The Piv's fuming.
You can have the fan ales, yeah? You can have the fan ales, lad. Stella Artois. Oh my God, Steve, you really think Stella Artois is the best beer? And you've got problemos in your life. Scouse Submarine says Kingfisher lager with a curry made for each other. Well, that's fair enough.
Dalsbeck's been missing us. Well, we're here.
Dalsbeck, we've been here.
Here we are.
Been here.
For you.
We've been here every day. Baz has gone full hologram.
Oh, has it hit me? Yeah, it did. That didn't. No, because it came back. It come back. A full hologram. It'd have hit the door or had it gone like that. Remember that funny thing Joel did against Krasnodar? When the fella thinking he turned his back and the lad just put it in. Like full 5-a-side goalie.
Stokes. Will you get a new sofa? Why do we need a new sofa? Know what I ate, right? Know what I ate?
I love that. If you send us one, that
Know what I ate though, right? People think this sofa's dirty.
It's boss, this sofa.
It's brushed. It's brushed. It's look.
Like
it's,
a brush
It's
stroke.
brushed.
Brush.
It's a brushed material. So sometimes it looks darker. It's not dirt. It's because it's brushed. This is you want to see their couches in there?
No, this is boss. This is
mess.
boss. We need.
Warsteiner from Dusseldorf is nice, Steve.
That's it. Warsteiner, that's what it is. This is what we need a new of. That area there. Yeah. But
This
we can't
area.
do it now because obviously...
Stuart says, Ped, how many pensioners did you fight for those cookies? None. One of our patrons, Kate, sent us a box of them. A box of just food. She sent us salmon from Canada. This is what our patrons love us so much.
They're lovely. They keep the world going.
They are amazing.
Right, I'm being summoned, so we're going.
Look,
Ped, the upholsterer.
Brushed. It's not dirty. It's brushed.
It's that. That's crap. That I mean, crap. You wouldn't put a blue light on
You would
it.
not put a black light on this. Jackson Pollock, as Peter Quill said in Guardians of the Galaxy, they're not cheap, though. Look, they're not cheap, lad. It's brushed, Chris. It's brushed. Look at it.
All right. I'm on it.
Look. You're on the brushing of it.
I've always had a knock here, lad. I've always had a knock here.
Oh, my God. Right.
5G.
Hang on. Are you on it?
I'm on it.
Right.
I'm actually off it now because I'm going.
Right, there you go. Thank you very much for watching.
It's Basil.
It's fully brushed. And patrons will be back tomorrow. YouTubers, you stay nice. But if you want more of these amazing videos, come over to Patreon. There's a great one with Kevin Campbell right now.
Like that.
Keeping Up with Kevin Campbell. It's over there now.
Fully.
Lewis says, you know it's over and Baz has been summoned.
You do.
Imagine, like, let me just say this right. I'll say this right down the camera.
Say it right down the camera.
Imagine being a part grown-up human being and being summoned by anyone. In a bit, lads.